I'm outside again, and it's actually a nice day, which for here is called cold, and the rest of the country is actually freezing, so I'm sorry that you're freezing. Today I wanted to talk about suffering and finding meaning through suffering and lessons learned through suffering. So the first thing I would say is that if you're actively suffering, you don't want to hear this. This is for like once you kind of get used to the way things are. Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. It's very hard to suffer, and there is a suffering in itself of suffering without a purpose. So that's why the human soul will search for purpose. And I think that the number one comfort that one can have after going through suffering or going through it, as you're going through it, is knowing that you are actualizing parts of yourself that may not have become actualized before, that you are discovering strengths in yourself that you may not have known existed, you may not have ever had to use before. Things like resilience and things like kindness and noticing others who may be in situations that you might not have noticed before. A general, more philosophical outlook, sometimes more spirituality, whatever that may mean to you. Connection to God. We'll talk about anger later. But I think that without that stop, pause, see who I am, see how this is actually good, or at least somewhat good once you accept the bad. We'll talk about that also. It's very, very comforting. And it's also empowering to see who you can be in terms of your spirit, in terms of your character, in terms of who you are as you inside. Anyway, so that's for one.